Oh, what's up, nerds? Back with another video. You can't see the laptop over there, but I'm pointing to a laptop. I've got a couple videos about to be edited and finished on the laptop, but they will not be out tonight, which is why I am uploading this video, which is semi-political. However, it's in keeping with the goal of this whole channel, because while it is a politically inspired video, we're not going to talk about the politics of the situation. We're going to talk about how we can better ourselves and how we can try to take the best that we can out of this situation, right? So, currently, right now, we've got kind of a soft civil war going on, or at least the attempting to create a soft civil war. And I've said multiple times on this channel that before this election even happened, the biggest thing that we were going to have to concern ourselves with was the violence coming from the left. Because as much as January 6th was the worst thing to happen to America since 9/11, as much as that statement's been said, and as much as people wish it to be true, the fact is that Republicans and conservatives were not out here burning cities down, and we're not mass looting, and we're not stirring things up. They weren't killing people in mass and leaving manifestos everywhere, because if there was, we would know about them. We would 1000% know about them. And if you look at the mass shootings that have happened with manifestos that we do have and see, you can see the trend of hatred. And that's just kind of, you could think that's opinion on my side, but, and part of it, a little bit of it is opinion. However, the manifesto side of it is fact. I mean, when you look at the shootings, Las Vegas, the oh my god, I can't remember the Southern Church. It's not. I keep thinking of movie names, but when you see these mass shootings, there is a trend of either some sort of minority victimhood identification, whether that's LGBT based, whether that's societally based, right? Whereas it's funny because if the world is so white, if America is so white and so you know uh, driven by men and all this stuff, right? Why would they go out of their way to kill so many people on their own side? Like they don't, because they have no problem with them, right? So that's at least, hey, you're more than welcome. Disagree. I'm just kind of laying out the premise here, right? If you want to go into every little single step and break down every little single step, go for it. The larger point that I am setting up here is that I knew, and a vast majority of us on the right, us on the conservative side, knew that the left was the mentally unstable side, was the side that is more violent and more prone to emotional outbursts and things like that. And that's why, again, I've said multiple times before this happened, before the changing hands of the election, the biggest concern that we had was to make sure that we are gentle with the left and not get dragged into this, again, taking this soft civil war and making it a hard civil war, because that would be the powers that be, and this is the point of the video. Whatever the powers that be are, whatever the people in charge, the powers in charge, whatever that is, I do believe that the end goal is to take all of our, lives, or they're playing with our lives, right? Because, and I say our, meaning the children in Gaza, meaning all of the LGBT people, meaning all of the conservatives, the Christians, the Muslims, kind of like, kind of with like the January, with the October stuff. I mean, the goal is to take all of these lives, right, and break them apart and then push them against each other. Meanwhile, in the background, something's going on. I don't know what the fuck it is. I wish I knew what the fuck it is. But again, that's the point of this video, is to understand. And again, hey, This is the, you could be the conspiracy, this is the opinion, this is the conspiracy, right? My conspiracy is that there is something significantly worse behind the scenes going on, which is why they need to pit the human race against each other to kill itself off, to have all of these squabbles and everything to distract from the main picture, right? Because why is it exactly that we have all of these fights and arguments between each other? When you go walk around the world, when you go walk around different areas of the world where people shouldn't get along, right? Everyone seems to get along. No one seems to be crazy going out in the streets, starting fistfights, slamming into each other, all this stuff. It seems to only be in certain areas where people listen to certain things, or it doesn't, it's not a commonplace around the world, right? But the media wants you to think it's such a commonplace. It wants you to think that the world is this certain way, and that's why this video is really about taking a step back, really. And again, I'm not trying to downplay the loss of human life throughout the world, right? For me, as someone who, again, detailed this on the channel, I want nothing more than the overall benefit of the human race. And that means everybody. Doesn't mean just, overall human race, meaning white people, meaning like straight white males, straight white females. It's not what I'm fucking saying here. I'm saying the human race is in all the people on planet Earth, right? For the benefit of all of us, not just a couple of us. That's the whole thing, right? So okay, take that now. Okay. Now that we've established that, let's take a step back so we can try to evaluate what the fuck's going on. Because is all of these lighting cars on fire, all of these throwing bricks and trying to kill cops and kill law and order people, doxing people, doxing law enforcement, I'm curious. It makes me wonder, all these people like that have like the Palestinian, all of this, like, oh, Jews versus Gaza, Palestinians were here first, Jews were here first. Oh, well, when this happened, and then this war happened, and then they fired this, and they just have this going back and forth of all this bullshit, right? I see a very similar discussion where it's like, oh, well, why do cops wear masks? Cops wear masks, they can do whatever. It's like, oh, so Antifa, who just dress up in all black with all the masks and all the goggles and everything. Oh, well, Antifa is only responding to these people. Oh, well, those people were responding to other people wearing masks and other people doing all of these things. Like, it's just, it's everyone just gets lost. My favorite saying is, you can't see the forest because you're too busy looking at all the trees, right? And that's kind of, again, earlier in this exact video, you can break apart all the little things, right? You could fucking take down all the, because I know I'm not 100% right on everything. Obviously, there's 1% of validity truth, or valid truths in everything in life. So no one's ever going to be 100% fucking right on everything. But the overall, the forest, right? Unless you shut the fuck up and listen to what else someone's got to say and understand that there's nuance and gray in the area in the world, you're never going to get anywhere, because you're just going to fucking be talking all this bullshit all the time. And it's just all of this Civil War shit that's happening right now. It just seems like just the inevitability, or it seems like the obvious outcome of all of this political dog whistling, of all of this hatred, and all this brainwashing, all of these buzzwords and social media and everything. And I knew that it would be bad. Again, like, it's funny, I made a video that got this like leftist, like AI content creator to make a video about me. And the video was about feeling pity for people on the left and to be, easy with them and to not, go so hard against them because they lost the election and it's a tough reality for them to, if they are programmed to be this way, and yet the reality proved all of their programming wrong, and their whole worldview is shattered, and a lot of people, in the famous words, they can't handle the truth, right? So obviously, what are they going to fucking do? They're going to lash out, right? And it's, the other phrase that's not, that I love that I heard recently is if you're young and you're not a liberal, then you have, or if you're a liberal and you're not young, then you have no heart. And if you're a conservative, or if you're old and you're not a conservative, then you have no brain, right? And it's essentially saying that young people haven't experienced enough of life, and so they think that they are the smartest people on the planet, and they wish that the planet would be all empathetic and perfect, and there would be no issues. And on the flip side, the conservatives, Republicans, whatever, who have experienced life, have become jaded because they've seen, what the reality is behind all of their, I wish the world was this way, I wish that the world was a better place or whatever, but they've now, taken the red pill, taken the black pill, the orange pill, whatever pill analogy you want to go with, and they see that, well, the reason it's not this way is because of crony capitalism. The reason it's not this way is because of political influences or corrupt, lobbyist influences, whatever the situation is. And that's why, at the end of the day, this video is hopefully, after all this rambling, it's just a reminder to take a step back and understand that we're all on the same team. There are people that are not on the same team out there. There are powers that be that are not on the same team out there. And my personal goal, doesn't have to be your goal, but my personal goal is trying to figure out what those motivations are, why some of these things happen, what the hell's going on, and then make some YouTube videos about it, try to teach different ways that you can not fall into these traps, whether it's the young trap of not having enough brains or the old trap of being too smart, whatever it is, you are aware and mindful and you are thinking about it you're not only thinking about it emotionally, you are also at least attempting to thinking about it truly logically. I don't mean like logically as young people think logic is, because, and then this will be the last thing, because the best example is when you look at Jordan Peterson recently, who got owned by this kid who was so blatantly disingenuous. Like he had this, perfect logic example. Well, oh, you're saying that in this case you wouldn't do this? Well, sure. And it's like, can you not see how you yourself picked that out and chose that and are going with this? It's like, okay, yes, it might be valid. Yes, of course, it might be valid. However, you are ignoring that you went out of your way to come up and or find this situation to prove your point, as opposed to just proving your point on its own merit without needing to create some sort of scapegoat argument. And that's why a lot of times I come back to things, it's like, no. When I'm discussing things with people, I bring them back. It's like, no. We're not talking about all of this other stuff. We're not talking we're talking you and me right here. We're having this discussion. Here's what's the context, the bounds of our conversation. Don't come fucking from left field, bringing all this up, bringing all these hypotheticals, trying to shift it. It's like, let's try and stay together here and have a real conversation. And that's what we need to bring our country back. That's what we need to avoid playing into all this bullshit. We need to have real conversations with each other, understand we're at the same team, on the same team. I'm going to go back to editing the videos on these laptops. Got all of these vlogs, all of this stuff coming out soon. I just wanted to make a quick video. Hopefully it is not... This is not like this. I don't think I took really. I mean, yes, maybe I got a little bit got a little bit into my opinions in the beginning, but this is not a left or right thing. This is a human to human thing. This is how we progress as a society or bring our society back. Okay. Smoke grass, eat ass, be excellent to each other. I will see you in the next video. Deuces.